Okay, welcome community to the Hangout with the Council. I'm Bernd, I'm the mayor of Arcade City. I just wanted to take this chance to formally introduce myself. As being the mayor, I was already introduced as being the advisory board member, and now I changed my position and represent this council at this point. And I wanted to take this short hangout that we will have to give you an overview of what we've accomplished over the last 2 weeks since I joined the council. So for example, we've made a Shapeshift integration into our ICO, into our token sale. And through that, we are able to also receive Bitcoin and other tokens for the token sale. And to make this even more easier as a process, we've integrated our own wallet already on the website. So the process of buying the tokens is much more easy now than it was a few weeks before. And another thing that I was able to accomplish with the team, with the council, is we set a roadmap. We set a short-term roadmap for how we see the product being rolled out. And as we are building a city, usually what you do if you build a city, some people settle there first and build a colony. So this is the first part that we will be building, is the colony. This is where we have a wallet available as an app where you can sign up, register, get part of our Arcade City, the app, and you can see and exchange your tokens. You can send tokens to other wallet holders or to even other wallets like the Ethereum wallet that can receive the ERC20 token, which is the basis for the ARC token. And so once people are settled in the colony, the next step on our roadmap is that we build a village. So what we call the MVP, the minimum viable product, is the Arcade Village, where we have a ride-sharing service, but structured down to the minimum features that you need to run this product to make it work. So that people have this in hands as quick as possible. We will build the MVP beginning of next year. It should be ready and available. The next steps after the MVP is built, then even more people will settle and will come to a town. We will be Arcade Town, and this is the third part of our roadmap. And the last step then will be the Arcade City overall, and this will be ride sharing. The first part of the overall platform that we're creating will be a ride sharing service overall, with a lot of features that we will define over the next few weeks. But we really focus on the first two steps. So we will focus on getting an app ready after the token sale. And the second step is get the ride sharing app available as soon as possible as an MVP. One more thing I would like to say is that the people that are actually building this right now is the people you see below. You see their faces, and maybe I would like to, or not maybe, I would like to have them introduce themselves real quick. And Ben, maybe you can start, and then we just go through introducing yourself. Ben.
Sorry, I didn't know you pronounced my name. So yeah, hi, I'm Ben. So I'm the branding guy of Arcade City. So I love doing all stuff that has a brand expression of it, like websites. But I also, of course, being a part of the development team, love developing the product itself and giving it a very useful interface, which is pretty to look at and very easy to use. So it will speak to a broad audience, so people can start using the blockchain. So that's me. Can I pass the word to Jen? Jen, you're muted?
Whoops.
Yeah, start over. That's no problem.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Jen. I've been on the project for 10 months since its birth. I'm a founding member of the Swarm. my kind of formal duty is, handling support issues. I answer all Arcade City emails. I've also established the help desk for the Swarm to just kind of look at people, users, any users, to look at. They can also email there. I'm the primary holder of that account, primary contributor, the only contributor. I'm also an admin over about 500 plus Facebook groups that are designed for the community. Right now they're called Need a Ride groups because we don't have an app. We're kind of using those groups across the globe to schedule rides. There's a team that works on that and helps me reach out and onboard all the new users. We also, on Facebook, Arcade City /support. On Twitter, I'm at Arcade City Help. So if you have any questions or anything, if you need any information about like what's going on, what's changing in Arcade City, I can help you with that because I know that it's a lot, and we're trying to kind of do this video to get everybody up to speed with the current changes and the current state of the city. I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey guys, my name's Lauren. I'm from Austin, Texas, which is also home of the largest active network in Arcade City. I'm the city manager focused on operation and support logistics. So my goal is to get the development team, the Swarm team, the support team, the business team all together on the same page and make sure that we have strategies to keep us moving forward on the same page. And now I guess I pass it to Stefan.
Okay, so I'm Stefan. I'm one of the people developing the technology behind Arcade City. So I'm trying to connect all the beautiful layouts that Ben is creating for us and providing the tech backends to it. So I will be creating all the blockchain implementation stuff and making sure that all works and that the wallets work, etc. So I'll do this together with the 3 other colleagues in Antwerp primarily. So maybe I'll pass the words to King Flirtle, maybe.
Yeah, thanks, Stefan. Sponet. So yeah, my name is Michael. I go by King Flirtle online. I'm the system architect for Arcade City now. So this means that I think and work on how all these technologies fit together in order to have a smooth experience in our beautiful city. I'll pass the. I don't know, Kiki. Have you been yet? So I'll go to Kiki then.
Yeah, so hello, I'm Kiki, also Christine, and me too, I'm situated in Antwerp with the dev team, and I am the bridge between the dev team and all the tech stuff and the normal language, and I try to get all the info from the community and translate it into to-dos and a roadmap and everything for the dev team. So that's real short to keep our time on schedule, and I'll give the word back to Bernd.
Very good. Thank you very much to all of you. Most of the community probably know all these faces already. I just, again, wanted to take the opportunity to have them presented and so that everybody knows exactly who's working on the project. And there's one more thing that we've accomplished over the last 2 weeks is that we've created an awesome advisory board. We've been able to get people to advise us, to support us, to guide us, that are very, very capable. And so, for example, we have Paul Pui from Airbits already on the advisory board. Many of you have probably seen the Hangout with him already. We have Olivier Ricken, a blockchain insurance expert on the advisory board. He unfortunately is not available right now, but we will do a Hangout with him as soon as he's available. So you can meet him in person as well. And now I have the honor to present to you Dmitry Buterin. He's our new advisory board member since yesterday. And I would like to formally welcome you, Dmitry. Thank you very much for joining the Arcade City Advisory Board. And maybe you want to just explain who you are and why you like to advise the Arcade City team and also help support building this awesome product.
For sure. Thank you, Bernd. Hey, guys. So my name is Dmitry Buterin, and you probably recognize my last name, not because I'm famous, but because my son has done a lot of stuff in this space. I've been a software entrepreneur for almost 20 years, number of businesses. I've always been in technology. I love technology. And what I have come to realize is that technology it can serve the world, can serve the people. And I think that the blockchain technology is for me, is one of the best realizations of modern technology that can help us build a better, more just, more fair, more decentralized society. And I think that what Arcade City is doing is very exciting. You know, it's a huge, ambitious project, and we will have big, ambitious plans, and I'm sure we'll have many difficulties. But I'm very excited to be a small part of this, because I believe that we can make a big impact in this world, and I really want to help the team and contribute with my experience building businesses and organizing companies in different ways. And I'm a huge believer in people. I'm a huge believer in what we can achieve together in this new decentralized fashion through blockchain, Ethereum, and all these things. So yes, we're happy to be here on their Arcade City Advisory Council, and looking forward to creating something awesome together.
Thank you very much. So this is, Dmitry, thank you. We're, as I said before, we're very happy to have you on board, as well as all the other advisors that we already have, and we will add more advisors as time comes. So, and I can make sort of a public announcement. We're looking for legal advisors still, and also technical advisors that are interested in supporting us in developing very good code and avoiding pitfalls maybe that others have already done or seen. So if you're interested in joining us and supporting us, either as a community member, or if you feel that you have a great contribution to the council itself, please contact me at Bernd at Arcade City to send me your motivations, your background, why you can help us. So that would be very interesting to us. Now, do we have any questions in the channel? I don't know. Michael, can you see any questions there?
Well, Bernd, we don't have any questions yet.
Okay. I don't know if we want to wait. We have also a Slack channel. If you want to join us on our Slack channel, that's also possible. It's arcadecity, one word, .slack.com. You can join us there, and just.
Yeah, and I want to say, if you surf to slack.arcade.city, you can self-invite on the Slack channel.
Okay, that's very good to know.
Okay, so sorry, there are some questions in the Slack channel. So I'm gonna ask Tommy here to copy paste them. So maybe Stefan, is your Slack open?
I'm in there too.
Okay, so yeah, can you guys just like read out the questions aloud, because I'm not on Slack right now.
Okay.
Hey guys, I can read. I can see at least one question. Should I go ahead?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a question from Joshua Bebe, and Joshua is asking, is Chris on the AC payroll, and is Chris getting money from the crowd sale?
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Sure. That's not a question on Dmitry, unfortunately, but that's a question that's been asked many times already. Questions about Christopher David.
And actually, Vitaly asked me the same question yesterday.
Yeah, that's very good to know. I mean, that's always the questions. No, he's not on the payroll. He will not be paid from us. We are still sort of finding out how we want to compensate him. We haven't decided on that part yet. it's still in negotiating because he's still the person who created the vision, at least. So this is my personal opinion. I think this is valuable. Somebody put out this idea and created a Facebook group, and he should be compensated for that. And this would be in ARC tokens. And there is a 1% of the ARC tokens that are generated is dedicated for several people. It's not just for him, but out of this 1%, we will decide how much he will receive from that. This is a council decision that we will make. And at the end, he will have to accept it as well. But he's not, further than that, he will not be compensated. He's not on our payroll. And he has no interference with the product anymore at all. He is a community member. I think I've explained this yesterday with Omar as well in the Hangout. He is a community member and can contribute to the product, definitely. And we will consider anyone who contributes to the product and see if this works and benefits the product overall. And once the platform is evolved to Arcade City, the roadmap that I explained before, which will take some time still, this platform will have APIs to offer for other participants to offer their products and whatever that product might be. And this is open for everyone. And he has some ideas what he wants to contribute. But for us, this is not, we're focusing on getting the product out. This is important to us because otherwise everything else doesn't make any sense. So if we have a product out and it's working and our roadmap puts this out, at the fourth step is Arcade City. And once we have open APIs available, then anyone can connect to these. And we're not a regulator at that point. So people everyone can decide, I want to use a service that is integrated or I don't use it. So it's a choice by everyone that is using Arcade City if they want to use a service that is offered. So this is not our decision at the end. If we open up the platform, which is down the roadmap, it's not in the MVP, and it's not in the phase 2 part, then anyone can contribute.
So the next question I'm getting in is, Boris is asking in the Slack group, what will be the main countries to focus on after the 1st of September? And then maybe a secondary question, in which countries do you expect the biggest growth?
Okay, that's a good point. Well, first of all, we have a market in Austin. We have a very good Facebook group in Austin with more than 40,000 participants already organizing ride shares. So this is a low-hanging fruit. We need to tackle Austin and get our product out in Austin. And from there, we are collecting other groups where we have other groups, and maybe Lauren wants to share some info on the size of groups that we have already on Facebook. And this is sort of the roadmap on tackling other countries and developing or scaling the product overall. So it's definitely, the app is available all over the world. I mean, once it's live, everybody can download it. But we would focus more on specific markets and get these markets rolled out so that we can have a useful product. Lauren, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, and most recently, the council, in making our roadmap, had outlined a strategy to roll out certain test features with certain sized markets. So we may not be just hopping straight into the 40,000, person market. We might be testing features in Poland, for example. There's a really good small network there. We're also well established with many different size groups between 20 people all the way up to 200 to 5,000 to 40,000. So we have these little micro communities all throughout the globe that we'll be using to scale the MVP up with.
Great, thank you.
I would love to answer this next question.
Sure.
So the question is, yeah, it's again a CD question. I'm sorry. So will the business from CD, let's call it Arcade 1, use AC tokens too or not? And I would love to answer that one. So even in our own app that we are releasing, the user will have to give permission to spend his tokens. So nobody can spend any tokens unless the user that is holding the private key, gives permission to spend the tokens. So, for instance, in the app we're building now, you have to say like, yeah, this app can spend my tokens in my name or a certain amount of tokens. So yeah, anybody could build an app with a certain token that's not only exclusive to us, like it's with every token out there. Anybody can use an app as long as you as a user give permission to spend your tokens in this app. Anyone can build that kind of app. So
Dmitry,
I hope I answered that.
Maybe Dmitry, can I come? Sorry, Michael. Can
I go to the next question, or do you want to answer?
No,
that?
I just want to come back, since Dmitry has been asked questions by Vitalik as well. Does the answer that we give on Christopher David, does that sort of make sense to you, or does that I mean, you're an advisor to us now, so and people can experience right now how we deal with that. So do you think that do you see any more issues or any more questions being raised on that part?
I personally, because I'm not that closely familiar with the background story, I have some familiarity. From what you have described to me, what you guys are doing seems to make a lot of sense, and I feel very comfortable that this is the right way to handle it. And I agree with you that, whatever his shortcomings are, and I have no idea, I've never met him, finding a fair way so that, okay, this is how we're moving on with the community and the product. But yes, he was the person who started this and who had their original vision, and that's an important contribution. That's a key contribution to start anything, right? Like, many people have ideas, but how many people actually start doing something about this? So personally, I'm very much satisfied with the way that's been decided to deal with that. So I think that now let's move forward and let's deliver the product that will serve users and riders and drivers, and kind of move on beyond all this discussion of trace and so on.
Okay, very good. Michael, you had another question?
Yes, this is an interesting question. Maybe Kiki, that's an interesting one for you to answer. Will it be possible for private persons to do own private groups in their cities or countries and start with Arcade then? So what I guess the question would be like, will I be able to start my own group or company in Arcade City?
Yes, I can answer that. Yes, that's the whole point of Arcade City, that there's a liberty to do whatever you want. If you want to start your own small business in Arcade City, you can. If you can join with other people and form a group together, you can. Of course, this won't be in the MVP, so it will be later on as the steps that Bernd was explaining earlier. But yes, it's a possibility. I don't think there are any more questions, are there?
Yeah, I'm checking with Tommy if maybe on Facebook there were certain questions, but I'm not looking at Facebook right now. Tommy is. So he's looking that up. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we don't have any more questions right now available.
Okay, but still, we're trying to follow up any questions in the Slack channel as well. So if you want to join us and poke us with your questions, that's fine. Go ahead and do this on our Slack channel, and we will try to contribute as much as we can. But be also patient, and that maybe not every one of us is available at every time, because we first of all live in different time zones, and also we're focusing on getting a product out. So the shipping of the first product is in my opinion, the most important part. So that is the part we're focusing on. And but fortunate enough, we have a very active community that is trying to answer questions as well. As as far as they can. And we will definitely jump in if we feel that these answers that they give are not correct or don't represent the status of the project. Maybe then we will definitely jump in and try to correct this or support this from our side. But most of the time, and I've seen a lot of these comments already from the community, they're very, very good and they're very helpful. So it's really a lively community that we have right now, and it's very supportive. So thank you all to the whole swarm for that part as well. Okay, so
or do you want to round up? I have another question if you like. This is coming from one of my fans on Reddit. Can either of you explain what does give the token value if not a percentage of fees?
I would like to question to whom, but my answer is, okay, the token receives value because it's being used in the app. So it's a payment service between driver and rider. And if you create a high volume of usage of a token, it will increase in value because more people will use it, and you need it for having this ride share. So this is the value. It's not the percentage of fees. The percentage of fees is something that we as the developers will need to continue to develop the product. So it's to have a final product at one day. So the fee that maybe I don't understand the question correctly, but I would say the percentage of as a fee that we take is something that we need to develop it, because we're, especially the Antwerp team, they quit their jobs now. They decided, now I can focus fully on this project. They quit their jobs and they need some income at some point. And we're not throwing parties and bathing in champagne here. So it's nothing like this. We're creating this product. And right now we have a budget that will take us through August next year. So from the end of the token sale to August, we can build this product and don't have to work aside to that. We don't have to do other duties besides creating this product. And I think this is a value that we give to this project. And it's a shoestring budget right now, but we believe that we can get a product up and running through the MVP and even more steps that will generate income on our side that we can use then to further develop the product. So this is why we take a fee. But this fee is not the same amount of fees that other centralized products will take, because we have a very small full-time employees, as you want to say. We don't have that much overhead, since we're also using blockchain to cover insurance parts and other parts in the future. So we will not create a bulky overhead to take care of this product. And that's why we take a fee. I think it's necessary to take the fee.
So
unless we want to have investors, I'm sorry, just to finalize that, to understand maybe how you can also run this project would be to get investors involved, from any country, and have loads of money and just build a product that is not doesn't generate enough revenue to live by itself. But that's not the ideology that we follow. Okay.
Okay, I have a little bit of a critical question here from Reddit, but yeah, I'm gonna read it anyway. It's coming from Dirty Bit Sex on Reddit, and he's saying Dmitry being added to the team is a really good step, but I'm weary that this is just an attempt to attach his name to a failing crowd sale. The advisory board makes recommendations that don't need to be followed, and he could be removed next week after the crowd sale is finished. So it's maybe a statement, but I would love your response to that. Are you leaving us after the crowd sale?
No, and it's like there are a lot of woods, right? you never know what's going to happen in the future, right? But I think that it's I'm coming to this with an open mind and open heart, and I'm looking to contribute to this. And crowd sale, yeah, you know what? There are many other extremely successful crowd sales, and I'm very skeptical of what's going on there because yes, people they've done awesome marketing, but when I look into some of the basics, I really understand what the hell is the business model of this. When I think about Arcade City, yes, I see huge issues, things we have to deal with. I see pretty clear, simple business model. I see a community of people who are really interested in the project and the app. So I think there is a really good foundation for a successful product. And yes, it will take us through a lot of tears and pains and all of that stuff. Yeah, you know, I've built many businesses and by sticking with stuff and being consistent. So I hope that I'll be able to keep contributing to success of this project.
And let me just add to that, there is no contractual binding that we have. So there's no contract between the advisors and Arcade City. So it's all voluntary. Dmitry and all the other advisors are not being paid for doing this work. So it's their free time that they spend with this product. And as I see it, people that want to spend time with a product, even though they don't get paid for it, they will contribute much more and have a much bigger intrinsic motivation than just receiving money for doing something. So this, to me, is much more valuable than having to pay someone to do a certain work. And yeah, I mean, Dmitry could leave us anytime. We could say, Dmitry, you know, it's nice to have you here, but we'll go forward with something else. But honestly, I think we would be stupid not to listen to Dmitry and not to try to incorporate whatever ideas or experience he has, because that's something that we look forward to. And that's why I'm open to more people like that want to participate. Okay. There's a question here. I don't know if we want to continue, but I think as long as there's a question coming, I think we should take the chance to answer them. There's the name. There's discussions about changing the name because somehow people feel that the name has a certain attachment to Christopher David, and you know we should change the name. I think that's in my opinion very short-sighted. I think that the product itself is great, and the name of the product works for the product because we're actually really building a city, and it should be a playful app. It should be felt like I'm not using a service. This is not a service provider, but this is fun doing it. And so I think that the name fits very, very well, and we've created a brand to it, in my opinion, because we have community using it right now. And I would, you know, there are companies that have changed their name, but that's not really helpful most of the times. So I would like to, you know, get to a point where we have a visionary founder who had the idea, and he gave it to a group of people that were able to create a product. That's as simple as it is. And there's no other connection between them, because the product now, as we have it, this vision is great. It's on a piece of paper, but now we're building a product, and the product will evolve with the usage, and it will be totally different. Everybody that has created a product will know that the idea on a piece of paper is one thing. Having a product live is totally different, because you get feedback, you get people telling you this is not working, and you have certain twists and so forth. So we will change this product over time because we have to, and we want to. We want to be an awesome product. So it will be connected to the name Arcade City, but not to the visionary founder anymore. So that's how I see it. And so I'm not for changing the name right now. If there's like any legal issues that you know we could face, I don't know, then we might think about it. But to me, just because there's a person attached to it, who has not such a good reputation is not, for me, that's not enough. So that's my opinion, my personal opinion. Any more questions?
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's again, but those questions, this kind of question is coming back like always in different forms. So I try to interpret that, and that is again what makes the token valuable, but like not from a standpoint of us, like but for an investor. So basically, should I now buy this token? Why will this? What will it gain? What will it give me? Like.
That's almost not possible to answer, because any token, like if you would have thought about Ether and in their crowd sale, people spent Bitcoin on Ether, and you need Ether to run the protocol to run a transaction in it's like a service again. You need this currency to use the product. It's the Ethereum blockchain is the product, and it's the same thing here. So if we can make this a valuable product, then the value of the token will increase. If we build a product that is crappy and that doesn't work, the value will decrease. So it's totally connected to the product. If we don't create a great product, there will be no value. And this is a risk anybody has to consider for himself. Do I want to take this risk? Do I believe that these 7 people and their advisory board and the community that they have, just opening up now, but will be able to create a great product? That's what you have to assess yourself. And you have to make the decision for yourself. Do I believe that these people can create this product? Yes or no? And it's not, is there a shady background of one person, or do they need to change the name or anything? To me, it's the product itself. Look at the code. I mean, I'm not a coder, so I couldn't tell. But if people want to discuss the product, I'd be happy to discuss it on a code level, and I would pass this to the developer team, because I think that's where the value of a product lies. And we will, take any experts on board to review code and support us in creating that. So that, to me, that's the value that you have is the people developing it and the quality of the code at the end. Anybody from the developers team want to add to that?
I personally can only agree. I think you've worded it quite well. So I have nothing to add except for I completely support your previous message.
Okay. Then we have, I think there's another question on Christopher David's companies, because that's something that people, or it is even to me, it's somehow very hard to understand. So the question is, Chris's company for driver profile, or the company for driver profiles that Chris is claiming will be integrated with the V2 app. They seem to be distancing themselves here, but embracing him elsewhere. Okay, now I think I understand it. So what we're embracing that Christopher David had or has the idea of this ride-sharing service, and the way he created it on Facebook, because that's a tangible product. The driver profiles, or whatever Chris is developing right now, is something that, I've tried to explain it before, is something that he can do. But that doesn't mean we will integrate it, or it will be integrated. And our roadmap, and I think I've explained this also before, our roadmap is different from the one 2 weeks ago. So we really want to get this product out. I think that's where we all aligned, even Christopher David. But to us, getting the product out is the minimum viable product. It's not the overall vision. You cannot create a full feature product in the first instance. That doesn't make sense. You need to create a product that evolves over time. And as I said before, on paper it looks great, But once you start to build it, you will come across some issues that you have to solve. And by doing this, this product will change sort of direction. And the only goal that we have right now is to create a ride-sharing app as the first product within Arcade City. And the way we do this is we built the arcade colony. So we have the first settlement of people within the app, and then the next step is the MVP, so that we can have a ride-sharing service, basic features, so that people can use it. And then we will know how does this work. There's two things, and this is what Dmitry pointed out yesterday when he sort of introduced himself to us, or a few days ago actually. He said you actually have two objectives, or two things that a user has to accept. Is first of all, you have a ride-sharing app, which is available by big players already. So why would I need another ride-sharing app? That's definitely a question. That's a tough question to answer. And then the second one is, as a user, how this token inside it, this is cryptocurrency. This is not mainstream yet. We're not using US dollars in the system, which everyone in the world knows as a currency. We're using a new currency, and people have to get to know this currency. So we have to take them, each user, almost by the hand and guide them through this app to be able to use it and use it with this new currency. So we're blockchain frontiers. We're building a mainstream product, and this will not have full features because that's too overwhelming. We will have too many problems to solve at one time. So, but I'm getting carried away somehow on explaining this.
I wanted to add in there that when Bernd is talking about currency, he's referring to our ARC token. That's a utility token to be used inside of our app. It's not an ARC token that you could use for, I don't know, like going to the gas station, getting gas in your car. It's not a currency, to how we understand and associate currency. It's a, utility token used within our virtual app.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes, you were just describing how Dmitry was talking about another ride-sharing app and why this approach would be better. But it was yesterday and it wasn't live, so I don't know if you would like to repeat that, Dmitry, or do an interpretation of that, because I thought that was really interesting. So why should this be decentralized ride-sharing, and why should it have like its own token?
I think Bernd did a good job summarizing the current thinking, and the point really was that it's sometimes when you come up with your idea and you start a business, right? It's sometimes very easy to how to put this, create this beautiful picture for yourself. Oh, this is an app, and this is why people need this. And then the really important aspect of any business is what's called customer development. Is how do you validate your beautiful idea, and you talk to actual people in the world, and do you like this? Will you use this? And okay, and will they actually use this, right? Because sometimes you create this product, you have this business, and then people tell you, well, you know what, your baby is ugly. And you know what, we'll have many of these moments. So we will have to figure out how to make this baby attractive to the world, and not just because it uses fancy cryptocurrency and other stuff, but and there are already communities who are keen to start using this app. So I think this is a great advantage, and so let's build on that, and then find a way so that make it more and more attractive, and we can compete on price. There is a perception of Uber in a certain way, and there are so many angles that we can take. So I think that's many things for us to explore.
Great. Okay, well, I think we've answered a lot of questions. I've not expected that many. Very good. Thank you for participating. And again, thank you, Dmitry, for joining us here and being available for Q&A and describing your motivation to participate in Arcade City. So again, people, contact us on Slack. Email us. The website has our email addresses. Just ask anything, and we will try to answer it. And thank you very much for this hangout. Thank you. Bye-bye.